Hey, what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to lesson four of our Facebook Advertising Masterclass for 2023. All right, this one we're going to start understand the numbers. Start getting into really learning and understanding this shit. If you already got ads up or you've had ads in the past, you've probably seen a lot of the reporting stuff. Or if you've hired people and they send you a bunch of reports, they're going to send you all these numbers on there, and at the end of the day, there's only three things you really need to worry about or to give a shit about to see if it's actually making sense and if it's making you money. All right? Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, you're going to have options like likes and shares and engagement and comments and all this other crap. That's all fine and dandy, but at the end of the day, is it making you money? That's what we need to find out, right? Realistically, those ones aren't. Okay, it comes down to that lead in the inbox that you can contact and sell some shit to. So what numbers do we actually need to know? It's not that simple, not that complicated. Numbers you need to know is cost per click, cost per lead, cost per sale. All right? Any other marketer who's giving you a whole fucking 15-page report every month about how all these little things and all these little fancy numbers, it doesn't mean shit. And that's one of the things that bothers me about my industry is that they'll sugarcoat the hell out of it by just blasting you with a whole bunch of numbers and saying, look, it's working. Are you making money? And how do you know if you're making money? And how do you know whether to spend more money on that ad or to turn the ad off? How do you know? Can you determine it? Well, these ones right here. What is the cost per click? What is the cost per lead? And what is the cost per sale? So don't complicate it. Don't worry about likes. Don't worry about shares going viral, all that other bullshit. All right? Now, where do you get these numbers? Where do you get the cost per click, the cost per lead, and cost per sale? Well, one of them is pretty obvious right here, and that's going to be your cost per click you're going to get from your Facebook Ad Manager side on the reports, where you're looking at the Ads Manager. On there, you can actually see how much it's costing you per click. There's going to be a bunch of other numbers. Impressions, likes, shares, all that other crap. Views if you have a video. How many views, 25, 35, 50, 75%. All that shit's great and all, but it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit if you're not making money off of it. Alright? So you get the cost per click. And another question I get asked is, how do you get a lower cost per click? Let's say your cost per click is, $5. How do you get it lower than that? The answer right here is relevance score. I might have mentioned this in a past video. If not, we will dive deeper into this, especially in our troubleshooting series, where we can troubleshoot ads. But for right now, you need to know your ad relevance score. That is another metric that is in the back. It's not a numbers per se. It's a score, and it'll say above average, average, or below average. That relevance score goes more into depth with who your audience is you're targeting, how relevant that ad is sent to them, and how much more Facebook is going to reward you for that lower ad, that cost per click. Now your cost per lead, you get from your CRM or your MailChimp. Now, why do I say that? You say, Jeremiah, you can set up your pixels and you can get your cost per lead and everything on your Facebook reporting. Yeah. Here's the thing about that. I've been doing this for about 9 years. One thing I've definitely noticed is Facebook pixels don't always tell you the exact number. Actually, almost every single ad reporting I've done, they do not report the right number. Matter of fact, you'll see different numbers if you log in from your phone and computer. It's a mess. So what I tell my clients and what I'm telling you is to physically go into your CRM or your MailChimp, wherever you're sending these leads, and actually physically count how many leads you got. All right. Now, if you're using a messenger campaign, obviously go into your Facebook Messenger and do the same thing. Count the leads that came in and from what ad they did. It's a little bit painstaking, but I'm telling you, those pixels do not give you a full, exact report number. It's just sometimes it glitches and it fucks up a lot. So just know that. And that's very important to know because you want to know exactly how well your ad is performing or not performing. It could be performing a hell of a lot better than what that pixel's reporting on the Ads Manager side. Now, how do you get the cost per lead? All right, if you guys don't know this, what you want to do is you want to take your cost per click and how many clicks it took to get a lead. All right, so let's say your campaign ran and you look at your reporting on your Facebook Manager and you got one click equaled $1. You got $1 a click. All right, each click you got, they charge you $1. This is an example. You got 5 clicks on your ad and you got 1 lead. There's your cost per lead, $5 per lead. All right, that's simple. Again, this is why it's important though to know what your cost per lead is by physically going into your CRM, finding out what leads came through, and actually dividing that by your cost per click. Not using the Facebook reporting side. I can't stress that enough. All right, we already jumped into this part. Now your cost per sale is pretty much just continuing along the train. All right, you want to take your number of leads that you got and divide that by the number of sales. So the quick example I have down here is $1 a lead, and you got 20 leads. Say you spent $20. And with that 20 leads, you got 4 sales. What is that cost per sale? The answer is $5. All right, so that's your cost per sale or your CPS. That's it, folks. That's all I have in this one. On the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to start diving into troubleshooting ads and really finding out how, if an ad isn't performing, trying to find out why. And we're going to dive into that one on the next one. All right. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you so much. Keep in touch with the series. And if you have any questions, comment below.